welcome back to coverage of people buying a house and then living in it. So, hello, Jeff, you want to buy a house. Here's a house. What do you think?
Yeah.
Do you like the house?
Yeah, it's fine.
Will Jeff be able to buy the house that's fine of his dreams? Yes, he will. It's in budget, is it, Jeff?
Yeah.
That was not a close one.
No.
We'll be catching up with Jeff when he's bought his house, which is now. Jeff, now living in your house.
Yeah.
What's that like?
It's all right, doing a bit of DIY, putting some shelves up, but nothing major.
We'll be catching up with Jeff's attempts to live his having things on shelves dreams. Now, how are the shelves?
Useful.
Well, that's fascinating. So, to sum up, Jeff, who you don't know, has bought a house and is now living in it, having put up some shelves, and I think we can all agree that that's basically a good thing. Join me next week when I'll be presenting coverage of people arranging to rent a flat and then going to the shop to buy some food to eat in it.
I'm afraid, sir, we still have a problem with Detective Harrison.
Yes, Mr. Harrison has an irritating talent for disrupting my arrangements.
Would you like me to have him removed?
Yes, perhaps. Perhaps it would be better if Mr. Harrison were taken out of the picture.
Sorry, guys, you're doing it again.
What, Alan?
Have him removed. Take him out of the picture. I thought we agreed at the meeting that these terms are needlessly ambiguous.
I suppose.
We all agreed that from now on, when we want someone murdered, i.e. deliberately killed to death, then that's what we're going to say.
Look, everyone knows what we mean.
Well, on this occasion, perhaps. I mean, that was an order to murder Detective Harrison, right?
He has become a nuisance.
Right, but a nuisance we should murder. Is that it? I mean, my nephew's a nuisance, but you see what I mean?
Yes, yeah, all right.
Well, can you say it then, please?
Okay, please deal with the Harrison situation.
You see, that's no good.
Oh, that was perfectly clear!
Oh, what are you talking about, Keith? This is going to be Let's Hope Professor Ritson Meets with a Little Accident all over again. We spent 9 months hoping that Professor Ritson would meet with an accident before Leslie made it clear it was an accident we were supposed to make happen.
All right, you've made your point. You two get on with your work now.
Oh, murdering?
Yes. Oh, and Alan. Perhaps I'll see you later for a little light refreshment?
Do you mean anal sex?
Yes.
All right, then. Hello and welcome to Number Wang, the maths quiz that's simply everyone. Joining me today are Julie from Northampton and Simon, who is also from Southampton. So, Julie, any funny stories to tell us?
Yes.
Simon?
No.
Great. Let's play Number Wang. And it's Simon to go first. Too slow. Julie?
38.
That's Number Wang. Let's move on to round 2. Imaginary numbers. Simon?
Twintington.
That's Number Wang.
400
That's Number Wang.
Shinty 6.
Oh, bad luck, Simon. I'm afraid Shinty 6 is a real number. As in the popular phrase, I only have Shinty 6 days left to live. So, on to round 3. Julie, Simon, please take to the number leans. And if I can have time on the clock, please. Let's play number bounce.
8.
93.
15.
70.
That's Number Wang. Take a number. Julie?
30.
That's Number Wang. Take a number. Simon?
3,249.
That's Number Wang. Take a number. Julie?
Not.
That's Number Wang. Take a number. Simon?
4.5.
That's Number Wang. Take a number. Oh, and I'm afraid we're out of time, so you'll have to put those last numbers back. Well, that's the end of Number Bounce. Well done, everyone. So, as we go into the final round, it's neck and neck because Julie is on 82 and Simon is also on 26. It's time for Wanganum. Let's rotate the board. Julie, Simon, welcome back. Let's play Wanganum. Julie, you go last. Simon?
44.
Julie?
404.
4.4.
444.4.
44.44.
40.
4.
That's Wanganum! Julie, you've been Wanganum, but Simon, you are today's number wang. More number wang tomorrow, but until then, stay number wang!
Well, they were two of the greatest actors of their generation, there's no doubt about it. But with that goes a certain amount of ego. Yes? So the only way we could get them to do Holmes and Watson in the West End was if they alternated who played Holmes, night by night. One night Alec would play Holmes.
So you see, Watson, the advantage of my unique powers of observation.
And the next night it would be Michael's turn.
So you see, Watson, the advantage of my unique powers of observation.
And I suppose there was a certain amount of one-upmanship.
So you see, Watson, the advantage of my unique powers of observation.
I think that really added something. Well, I don't know how much the audience picked up.
So you see, Watson, the advantage of my unique powers of observation.
So when we came to make the film, we were faced once again with the problem of which of them would play Holmes. But I think everyone agrees we found a rather elegant solution.
Not like you to be superstitious, Holmes.
It's hardly superstition, Watson. I was merely acknowledging the power of fear and what effect that fear
Can have on the minds of the ignorant or vulnerable.
Holmes, you're not seriously suggesting that the villagers believed.
The story of the Phantom Wolf.
But they did. Oblige me, if you will, old fellow, by fetching Madison's Witchcraft Almanac from the library, and I'll show you just how powerful a grip some
Of these old myths can have on people.
middle shelf, isn't it? Yes, just above the encyclopedias. Ah, yes, I've got it. Shall I bring it through?
No, stay where you are. I'll join you.
And of course, they both felt very strongly that it was important to keep all of that wonderful energy that the stage production had had.
That's not the Witchcraft Almanac, Watson, you clot.
And of course, as family men, the film gave them a great opportunity to get their kids into the business.
We can't think on empty stomachs, Watson. Let's see what Mrs. Hudson has laid out for us.
What have you got for us, Mrs. Hudson?
Crumpets!
OK, 10 minutes for lighting.
David,
Yeah.
is it possible?
What?
No, that's all right.
Well, what's the question?
It's just something in this, but you're just going to be all horrible.
No, I'm not. What is it?
It's just, in here, it looks like... I mean, basically, can people levitate?
Can people levitate?
Oh, I knew I shouldn't have asked.
Can people levitate?
Don't just... I mean, it's no, isn't it?
Yes, it is now.
Don't be like that. What? I haven't said anything. Don't have a go at me. You're the moron who thinks people might be able to levitate.
It was very convincing.
Can you levitate?
I knew you'd be...
I'm just trying to get to the root of why you felt the need to ask such a humiliating question.
Because I have the intellectual confidence to appear stupid sometimes. You're the thick bastard who has to pretend he knows everything.
Well, certainly I'm sufficiently insecure to have felt the need to establish to my own satisfaction before the age of 33 whether or not humans can fly. That makes me a chippy little autodidact in your eyes, and so be it.
I'm just not going to ask you anything ever again.
Lunch in 10 minutes?
12 minutes, you twat! 10, 12, don't know the difference. Don't know the difference between 10 and 12.
Hello and welcome to another edition of coverage of people who are ill in hospital receiving treatment. Dave, you're ill.
That's right, I've got gallstones.
They've been taken out.
Indeed.
Are you nervous, but everything's been wonderful?
No, a nurse fingered me.
Gillian.
Thanks, Edward. I'm here with Chris, who's got a broken arm.
That's right.
How did he break your arm, Chris?
Just broke.
That's an interesting story, and they're going to put it in plaster, are they?
That is the plan, yeah.
We'll be there to film them doing that and put it on the telly. In a minute, I'll be talking to a doctor you don't know who's tired. Edward.
Thanks, Gillian. Well, we've had a bit of a cock-up here, and Dave is dead. Here is Dave. In a minute, they'll be carting him out on a trolley, and we'll be here to film that and put it on the telly. Meanwhile, here are some nurses and doctors walking about a bit. So, how's it going, Pete?
Yeah, pretty good. I think you're going to be pleased. Yeah, paper came through from Singapore. John has been tinkering with a laser printer. Colin, my top guy in New Jersey, he's looked after the watermarks. Yeah, I think it's looking pretty tasty.
Well, I'll be the judge of that, mate. Come on, let's have a look.
Here you go.
What's this?
It's the finished article. It's a tenner. Except, of course, it's not. Nice, nice, wink, wink.
Well, obviously not. It's all wrong. That's not even the Queen.
It's a queen. Mate, hunters aren't going to notice. Queen Beatrix of the Netherlands, the Queen. There's details. Don't get hung up on the details. Don't sweat the small stuff. That is a tenner. That's what the man on the street's going to see. £10.
Puns. It says puns.
It's not. It's your mind. It's playing tricks on you. You're on a negative vibe.
It's the wrong colour.
Oh, right, compare it to another tenner. Right, that's fair, I don't think. Of course it's going to come off badly compared to a real tenner, Huey, but in the real world, who sits at home and goes, oh, I think I'll get out all of my £10 notes and compare their colour? Doesn't happen, never going to happen. We're fine, mate, we're cushy.
It's the wrong size.
Things look more real when they're bigger. That's on purpose, it's a trick of the trade.
It's shit, all right? It's total shit.
Look, OK, quick, which is the real one?
That one.
No! See? No, you're wrong. Because, all right, that is the real one, but you had to think about it, didn't you?
No.
You had to look, though. Admit it. I saw you looking.
Yeah, well, obviously I had to look. Look, I'll see you later, all right?
OK, look, forget the notes. What about this? Look me in the eye and tell me you didn't think that was Van Gogh's sunflowers.
I'm going.
All right, you don't like the picture, you don't like the notes. I can understand that. I mean, who uses notes anymore? Plastic. That's what everyone uses these days, isn't it? So, what about this?
Not bad. Not at all bad.
Exactly.
It's floppy.
Yeah, folds away like a dream.
It smells of cheese. It tastes of cheese.
Of course it does. It's an improvement on the real one. Real credit cards taste like shit.
They call it a ruddy food court. It just means you have to queue twice.
You've only missed the first 3 frames.
Oh, and that's a bad miss.
And a chance now for Chris Lester as he strides towards the table. One of the taller players, as tall as he is toned. And I think it's all right to say that in this day and age.
I agree, Peter. I don't think there's anything wrong with mentioning in passing that Chris Lester is very easy on the eye. At the end of the day, it's good for the game for a gifted young player such as Chris.
A gifted, young, tall, blonde player such as Chris.
He is all those things. I don't think it's going too far in these days of PC for me to call another man sexy. And Chris Lester is that man. He is a friend of mine. He is a sexy young friend of mine. He is my sexy young friend.
Hello and welcome to coverage of people running a safari park. And I'm talking to John, who looks after the zebras, which you can't see because they ran away from the camera. John, what are you doing?
I'm getting the zebras their zebra food.
Do the zebras find it colder here in Wiltshire than in Africa?
They do because it is.
Well, while we let John, who you don't know, get on with his job, which he does every day, Gillian's been talking to head tree counter Mike.
15,000. That's a 1,
So,
2,
Mike, we're
3,
getting coverage of you counting trees, is that right?
Yeah. Oh, I've lost count.
So,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. OK, thank you for calling. Pass us a biscuit.
forget you saw that, okay? That didn't happen. Look, I have some telekinetic powers, okay? But it's really nothing.
Nothing? You can move objects with your mind.
Shh! No one can ever know. Also, it's very limited. I can really only do it with biscuits.
Even so, it's a gift. You should share it with the world.
No. I have vowed never to use my powers.
Why not?
Because when I do, things happen. Dark, terrible things. At first, I thought it was harmless. I suppose I was so high on the thrill I didn't realise, but even then, my powers were consuming me like I was the last segment of a high-quality shortbread fan. Jane, is that you?
Rod? Gosh, what a surprise.
Why didn't you call me?
It was complicated.
Your mother told me you died.
I didn't want to hurt you, and you were so persistent. Still, water under the bridge, eh?
All my rage and fear welled up inside me and expressed itself in biscuit form.
Are you all right, mate?
Gift. But it's a curse, my friend. Tragedy has stalked me at every turn. That's why you can never tell.
No, you were just a kid then. You're older now and wiser. You're manager of this sub-team, for God's sake. Think of the good you could do with one of these now.
Not with that one, actually. That's a Jaffa cake. It's not a true biscuit.
Whatever. The point is you could do great works, become famous, or at least get a better job. Something in hospitality, perhaps.
No, it's too dangerous.
Damn it, I won't let you squander your gift. I'm going to call my friend. He's a manager at McVitie's.
No! You don't know what you're doing!
Hi, Austin. Yeah, it's Dan.
Dan, crikey, it's been a while. Superb from you. How are you?
Yeah, great.
Oh, and that's a bad miss.
And just look at the disappointment on Chris Lester's pretty little face. That is a shame.
He is devastated. And I can never make up my mind whether or not he looks more stunning in moments of adversity such as these, as he does in moments of elation and joy.
Well, Ted, for the fullest answer to that question, you'd have to ask his lovely girlfriend, Jackie. But I know what you mean. There is a quality to his fragile isolation that puts you in mind of Winona Ryder in Court.
Which is about as sexy as it gets.
But for my money, it's when he walks into the Crucible bar after a big win or a few snatched moments with Jackie, and the light from the fruit machine dances through his hair, and he smiles, and he turns that smile onto you. It's like basking in the light of twin suns.
You're quite right, Peter. It makes me thankful my op went okay.
Oh, no. No. Not again. No way. No, you're not gonna get me this time. No, sorry. No, sorry, mate. You bloody bastard. bastard.
So, of course, the thing about having kids is that you get to watch all those cartoons you used to love again.
Yeah, but aren't they disappointing, though? I watched Postman Pat with Jake the other day, and I couldn't believe how bad it was.
I'll tell you the worst one, though. It's Captain Bloody Pugwash.
Oh, no, not really.
No, it is. It's dire. When its mouth moves, it just goes bub, 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 bub.
I think that's a bit harsh. It was pretty good.
It's awful. Oh, don't tell me one of you worked on it.
Yes, actually, Damien was in it.
Oh, come on, you guys are winding me up.
No, they're not.
Oh, really? You didn't write for it, did you?
No, I was in it, actually. I played Stephen.
Stephen?
Stephen Pugwash, the captain.
Oh, right. Well, stupid of me. It's just I didn't recognise you without your,
I don't go around all day dressed as a pirate.
Oh, of course not. Look, what I said about your mouth...
No, really, forget about it. I mean, as it happens, I actually have a condition which paralyses my upper lip. That's why I wear this moustache, but you weren't to know.
And, what are you doing these days?
Oh, this and that. You might have seen me in the Kenko campaign.
Oh, the one with the...
Pirates, yes, I do rather suffer from typecasting.
Now I think about it, there was a lot to like about Captain Pugwash. I mean, it had a real charm to it, and the performances were great.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, it was certainly a lot better than some of the rubbish that was on. I mean, you know, the Flumps, Dogtanyan, King Rollo. I mean, what the hell was that? He was like some kind of psycho child.
I see. My boyfriend played King Rollo. Come on, Adrian. We're leaving. I tell you what's just caught my eye in the headlines, Rob.
Oh, shut up, David.
I was just gonna say...
I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear your jokes about the news when I'm trying to sit here and having a nice rest.
No, it's just that my eye was caught
Jet,
by...
on a panel show. You've got a big boil of topical satire and he's lancing.
No, I'm just interested in world affairs and at the same time, very, very witty. Anyway, I wasn't going to do a joke. I was just going to say that my eye was caught by this whole scandal in America.
Ooh, the scandal in America. Yeah, that is interesting. Yeah, that must be the biggest scandal since Watergate Gate.
Since what?
Well, I think the American government hasn't been this screwed since, well, I think you have to go all the way back to Watergate Gate.
Watergate Gate? Isn't it just Watergate?
No, that would mean it was just about water. No, it was a scandal, or gate, add the suffix gate, that's what you do with a scandal, involving the Watergate Hotel, so it was called the Watergate Scandal, or Watergate Gate.
But doesn't the term gate, meaning a scandal, come from Watergate?
What, take the last 4 letters of a previous scandal or hotel and add it onto all future scandals? That can't be the system.
I think it is.
Well, what if there's a scandal about water? What do you call that?
Well, you'd call it Watergate. So what do you mean? Aquagate?
It's not great, is it?
Oh, lovely, thank you. And this is from me and Ben. Merry Christmas.
Oh, is this what I think it is?
Could be.
It is! It's some heroin! Hooray!
You know how much you like heroin, so...
Too right.
Because we were saying, can we get him heroin? We got him heroin last year, but then Susie said, sod it, let's just get him heroin, he won't mind.
Well, you can never have too much heroin. That's what I say.
It's Christmas, isn't it?
This is from us?
Ooh, I wonder what this is.
Hope you like it. Now, we both know how much you like heroin, so we thought...
Oh, it's a book of heroin anecdotes. Right.
We thought a bit more interesting, you know, than just giving you heroin again.
Yeah? Yeah.
But we got you some heroin to have while you're reading it.
Oh, you silly
And this is from me.
Oh, thank you, Grandma.
It's some cocaine.
Oh, yeah?
That is the one you wanted, isn't it?
Yeah.
The man said that would be the one you wanted. I tried to describe it, and I did the face that you do when you've had some, you know. And he said that would be the one.
Right.
I'll take it back for you, love, and change it for some heroin.
Oh, look, James. Kids Rapids ride. Hello, what's this then?
Put the kid in the ring, send him down the rapids.
Oh, sounds exciting. Right, so you just put him in the ring and just literally...
Yeah, we just literally give him a shove off that bridge there and he goes down the stream. Very exciting.
Right. And it's all safe and everything. You've done it before?
Yeah. No. Well, actually, no. Well, no. We tested it on a football.
Right.
Not that one.
You sure?
Oh, yeah, because the one we tested it on, we never saw again.
You never got it back?
Well, it's a football, isn't it? It's not a boomerang or a child. I mean, it can't say it's lost.
Sorry, this is all fine, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, it's all fine. It's all fine, of course it is. I mean, I won't stay in business very long if it is. I mean, I wouldn't have stayed in business very long if it wasn't.
I mean, you got a safety certificate and everything.
Listen, mate, you can make so-called certificates prove whatever you want.
OK, but have you got one?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You can make certificates prove whatever you want. Look.
Royal Academy of Safe Rapid Rides certifies that Barry Crisp definitely knows what he's doing. Yeah, well, that all seems in order. Right, do you fancy ride then, James?
Let's take that as a yes.
OK, let's get that ring on.
OK. That's a £5. And extra £2 higher of an oar.
Oh, really? Will you need one?
Well, I'd have thought so.
Right.
I mean, I'd want one, wouldn't you?
OK.
And £3 deposit on the ring.
Why?
Why? In case I don't get the ring back.
Is that likely?
Yeah. This way.
Oh, and that's a bad miss.
Chris Lester approaches the table now. His trademark headband, Ted, is that purely practical, or is it also for the purposes of fashion?
Well, he assures us, Peter, it's purely practical. It's to keep his plentiful locks out of his forget-me-not blue eyes. But it does look terrific.
Yes, well, we've all got them now. And he set something of a trend amongst the younger players, Ted, but needless to say, none of them look anywhere near as good in theirs as Chris does in his.
Peter Ebdon, in particular, looks ridiculous. But I gather that Chris is quite attached to his hairband, because I was chatting to his lovely girlfriend, Jackie, the other night, and she was telling me that he even wears it in bed.
Does he? Boy, oh boy.
What a sight that must be for Jackie or for his other girlfriend, Amanda, during their more intimate romantic moments. Chris looming over them, his face flushed with concentration, just as he is as he gets down to this long red.
It's happened again.
Oh, Peter, you'll just have to sit in it till the mid-session interval.
OK, ready? Off you go. I think the nerves got to him a bit there.